Good morning, Glendale Chamber members and our community. My name is Robert Heidt, President and CEO of the Glendale Chamber of Commerce. I, like you, have wrestled with the idea of what to say and how to work through the current situation that we're dealing with. And we maybe have seemed slow to respond at times or to not engage. And it's because I've been putting quite a bit of thought into how we engage as a chamber. So I'm here today to be very open and honest and real with you. I don't think that I've gotten where I've gotten to be as the head of this organization, or to grow our chamber to one of the largest chambers in the state or the largest business organization in the West Valley by sugarcoating, by pretending or playing political correctness. I don't think that at all. What it will tell you is we are in unprecedented times. Chambers of commerce across our state and our nation, our business community, our communities, our families are suffering. I'm here to say the realities of what I'm hearing and what I'm finding out direct from the sources. What I would tell you is chambers to ask for a halt of business, it's unprecedented. It's like stabbing us in the heart. I champion and I applaud those of you, those entrepreneurs that are out there that are holding on, trying to keep your employees, trying to keep the doors open. You have that pioneering spirit which makes America so great and helps our communities thrive. But the reality is we're in some serious trouble ahead. And let me break down a few things of why. So yesterday, the governor's office called for a meeting of our mayors. Now, some perhaps joined via telephone call, some may have been in person. What I find alarming as the head of a business organization of our size is our governor was not a part of that call. Something is wrong with that picture. As much of a crisis as we're dealing with, where is Governor Ducey's leadership? Where is the leadership from our state with the governors, with the mayors? If you convene our mayors and you don't have the time to go and deal with them and talk with them, that is a major problem. No matter what we try to do about curbside pickup and trying to work through this pandemic, if we don't have a leader at the State House, we are in deep trouble. Let me go further. So the health and wellness of our community, our citizens, our businesses, our people should be the absolute top priority for our civic leaders at this time. And in my opinion, and I think what we're watching, because businesses are floundering and shutting down around us, is they are failing us. They are absolutely failing the citizens of Arizona. And it's shameful. It is their time to step up and lead. Now, this is going to come as a shock because most Chamber of Commerce CEOs are going to play the political correctness or other business organizations because they're fearful to lose a member or that I might offend somebody who supports the chamber. I very well may, and I do apologize to you, but I am going to be honest, ethical, and on the right side of this issue. I care deeply about our businesses and our community. So on the medical side, our cities and towns, I'm calling upon our mayors of this city. If our governor won't do the job, then you need to do it. You need to step up, declare states of emergency, and start to shut things down in a pragmatic way. It is a must, an absolute must. I have spent most of the evening, and I started at 5:08 this morning when I got a response back from one of our major medical centers. I have been on the phone with top officials from our medical systems. And their message to me, unfiltered: we are not prepared. We do not have the adequate supplies. Our staff in the hospitals do not have childcare. How can they simply go in and supply the services we need for our community of what is yet to come when we can't even take care of the basic things of supplies? They don't have the test kits. We don't have the things we need to deal with this. So the deniers can certainly sit out there and feel that this is a hoax and a joke, but the reality is, look around what's happening in the world. If we don't start to lock down and button down, look at what the state of Nevada did. Why isn't Arizona stepping up to the plate? If we don't do something now, we are in trouble. And the economic impact will be far greater than if we have some mandatory shutdowns. And again, as a chamber, it's unprecedented for me to say this. I don't want business to shut down. I want business to thrive. We want a strong local economy. But when our healthcare system is not fully able to deal with this influx that could come our way and will come our way, we have a problem. They've indicated our local cities and towns, their fire folks are coming to their facilities looking for supplies. Why is that? Yet we have elected officials declaring a state of emergency with no teeth, no skin in the game. If the federal government and the state government aren't going to do it, we, as chambers of commerce, the head of the business community, other chambers of commerce in the state, other economic development organizations, other businesses need to step up. What we need to do is band together and unite, and a public outcry to our governor to look at some mandatory restrictions for our state. Let me go another step further. We have these folks that are running to the supermarket and they're spying everything out. And yes, it's not right, but they're scared. Many people are scared. My team has spent the last 2+ days on the phone with businesses and members. And you know what people are telling us? We don't know what to do. We're waiting for something to happen. And I realize that in a situation of a crisis, we could overreact, or you could feel that, being more prepared is not the right solution, but I'd rather be on the front end than the tail end of it. So all the people who have said to me over the last day or so, I don't think you should address your members. I don't think you should be as open and transparent and blunt. Well, I apologize, because I don't want to hear about what leadership is or isn't, because right now what we need to do is step up and lead. And that means you, Governor Ducey. Now, our food chain. You know what would be really nice? These are the questions. A month ago, a week ago, I don't know, 2 months ago, I don't think most of us cared how our bananas, our bread, our milk, or cheese got here. But today, we do. So we have more questions than we do answers. So while our roadways may be open, with other cities and states and towns around the nation closing, it's going to impact this. What is the plan? Why is no one standing up on live television and telling us, here is exactly how the food chain works? So I'll tell you what I've done. I've gone into our local supermarkets and grocery stores in and around. Most of those folks, just like you, just like me, are a little bit fearful and toeing the line to some regard and just going through motions. They don't know. So where's the leadership to reassure us about our food supply? Just today, before I got on this Facebook Live, I watched posts come up of people saying they were standing in line at supermarkets that be sold out of one item and then race around town to get to another. If we can't get some education and understanding of how the food supply works and is going to work, we're going to continue to have a problem, and it's only going to get worse. Why is no one helping us to understand that? It's great the federal government's calling for SBA loans. Maricopa County isn't even on the list at this time, and they weren't just before I came on here. Now there's talk supposedly we will be on the list, but when? When? Our small businesses, our entrepreneurs, our big, small, you name it, they are suffering. They are going to need this recovery. Mr. Governor, why aren't you on this? Other state leaders, why are you not acting? Maricopa County, why are we not on the list? We can't help our small businesses stay afloat if you aren't going to do what needs to be done to get us on the list. It's great SBA is going to come up with loans, but it will also tell you this to our members and our community partners. I was on a conference call yesterday with the U.S. Chamber and the SBA, and honestly, I feel bad for them. They don't have all the answers. There's more questions than there are answers. They don't know how they're going to get all this through and done. So I understand the situation they're in. This is unprecedented. None of us have ever dealt with anything to this magnitude. And I hope and pray that we don't ever again. So the solution isn't what those SBA loans are going to look like now, because we're not even on the list. We need things and answers and solutions for our businesses to stay afloat and keep payroll going. Let's go one step further. Now our schools have been closed till the end of the month. There's talk of this morning, our schools are going to be closed through the end of the year. I don't believe that that would have happened had we not had some brave and courageous superintendents step up and start closing their schools down for this 2 weeks. If our schools are in fact closed till the end of the year, that has a crippling effect. Our healthcare leaders have pleaded with the governor. They have gone to his donors and asked them to go to him. And this is their words, not mine, their words. I will always, always be honest and open to you, our Glendale Chamber members and our community. But what I can't sit here and do is give out false information or a bunch of hope and promise of things that you would look at and go, you know what? He is basically full of shit. What you will get from me and this organization is open and honest communication, whether we like it or not at times. There are times I don't like the information delivered from my desk, but at the end of the day, it's what I have to deal with. For at this moment to say, let's come up with a plan, let's figure out the plan. Okay, we're a little past the plan because we probably as a nation should have been planning long ago when we didn't take those test kits back earlier this year that we should have been taking from a federal level. Right now, we have to recognize our businesses are going to be impacted. What I am telling you and asking you as the head of the Glendale Chamber of Commerce is you need to really look at your business model, what you're doing, how you're taking care of your folks, your people, because it is going to change. It has to change. You are going to be forced with changes, whether we like it or not. The Glendale Chamber is a small business as well. We are going to be forced to make some tough decisions and changes just like you. So it's not about planning. We must be prepared. So in closing, I am always available to you, our members, and our community. But what I will say in closing is I am calling upon our governor to step up with some mandatory restrictions that make sense for our community, for the public safety and health and wellness of the residents of Arizona. I am calling on fellow Chamber of Commerce executives to be bold. Step up and call on your city leaders and our governor to do what's right. I'm calling on economic development organizations and other business organizations to please join me in asking our governor to look at what needs to be done to shut some things down in our state that makes sense, but keep us healthy and safe. With that, I will say I appreciate every member who is a part of our organization, your support, and I recognize not everyone may agree with my strong position, but I will tell you it's coming from the facts, and the information I share is coming from solid resources of people who I hold the most highest of respect and regard for in their industries and professions. And I would not be coming to you in such a direct fashion if I did not trust and believe with where they're at. We are in unprecedented times. We thank you for your support of the Glendale Chamber of Commerce, and I hope today's message makes you proud to get honest information and know that we will lead from the heart of this organization, looking out for our folks in this community as well as in Maricopa County and the state of Arizona. Thank you very much.